story that I tell, and every time I tell the story, I feel it as if it happened yesterday.
Earl Lewis is one of Philadelphia's most successful visual artists. He has won numerous honors for his children's book illustrations, including a Caldecott Medal, and he exhibits his fine art in venues across the country.
I had failed the third grade, dyslexic, in a situation where by the time I reached sixth grade I was a mess. My parents were taking me from one psychologist to the next, trying to figure me out.
His Philadelphia dealer, Richard Rosenfeld, connected Earl to a civic group called Neighborhood Interfaith Movement.
It just seemed like a natural to put Earl Lewis together with NIM. It's going to be a wonderful event.
I'm Bessie Jordan Bird, Executive Director Interim at Neighborhood Interfaith Movement. We are so pleased to be involved with E.B. Lewis and his great artistry as well as his illustration.
My name is Eric Wilden. I'm the Director of Development and Northwest Programs for the Neighborhood Interfaith Movement. And tonight we're having an exciting event, a gallery show of E.B. Lewis's Lotto icons, his new fine artworks.
Earl has dedicated his life to helping children, and in November of 2011, NIM dedicated the E.B. Lewis Reading Corner at their Germantown location. The evening of February 14, 2012, was a fundraiser for NIM at the Rosenfeld Gallery.
We're also going to have Sonia Sanchez, who's the Poet Laureate of Philadelphia, and Odean Pope on saxophone performing.
Dun 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 ding dun dun dun. With all the forks of peace, where the knives of peace, where the spoons of peace, where the eyes of peace, where the hands of peace, where the tongues of peace, where the children of peace, where
I was in sixth grade class, auditorium, and we had a career day at the school. And in this career day, this auditorium was filled. Not only my sixth grade classmates, in the back of the auditorium were parents, and on the stage there were about 10 people from 10 different professions.
There's a wide variety of Earl's watercolors in the show, but the main attraction is Earl's Lotto icons. He came up with this idea after much soul searching. He buys lotto tickets and in a very complex process paints portraits of children on top of them. He then covers them with gold leaf and finally scratches partially through the gold to reveal the child, the hidden treasure underneath.
So the auditorium was filled with sixth graders. It was a large school, over 900 students. I was sitting in the front row, next to the teacher, because I always had to be next to the teacher, you know that kid. And then there was another guy, a little kid named Charlie Shoemaker on the other end of the row. And it was a time to ask questions. And we raised our hands, and little Charlie raised his hand and said he wanted to be a doctor. And the doctor on stage answered this question. He said, do you like science? And Charlie said, I love science. What about math? And this dialogue was going back and forth. And I'm sitting there next to the teacher, thinking about what can I say to get the same attention that Charlie's getting right now.
Each of these cards is a winner, and Earl believes in his soul in the potential of every child.
So I thought for a moment, and I said, and I raised my hand, and they picked me. I said that I wanted to be a lawyer. I didn't really want to be a lawyer. I only wanted to get the same attention that Charlie got. But instead, The whole sixth grade class, teachers included, laughed. They thought that was the most ridiculous thing they ever heard. And little Earl Lewis wanted to be anything, let alone a lawyer. They knew that I had failed the third grade. They knew that I was in the principal's office at least once a week. They knew that I was a mess. And no way in the world they thought this little kid was going to be anything, let alone a lawyer. I'm sitting there, I'm hearing this laughter. I hear it now as I'm telling you. I'm looking up at the stage, and the lawyer's looking down at me because he doesn't know what to say. So I'm seeing, we're connecting, and he doesn't say anything. And they just move on. So I'm sitting there, and that can actually destroy a child.
He will be making series of these Lotto icons from all over the world.
And so the reason I'm here today is because my uncle dared enough. He lived in New Jersey with his 3 children and his wife. And I guess one night he had an epiphany. He said, I'm going to go across the bridge and help my nephew, my sister's son.
I believe that E.B. Lewis's work is very articulate. He's very profound in his writings and his illustrations, and I believe that his work will surely stand the test of time, generation by generation.
So he goes across the bridge, knocks on my door and says, come with me. I get in this car not knowing where I'm going, and I end up on Broad Street at an art class. Now, what's amazing about this is that my uncle did this for 6 years straight. Every Saturday, he sacrifices his own children. And so the question that he asked me, he said, do you want to be an artist? I said, more than anything you can imagine. I said, I want to be the best in the world. And he said, no, you don't. I said, I don't? He said, no, you want to be the best for the world. And basically.
And if ever there was an artist who is trying to be the best artist for the world, it is this amazing man, Mr. Earl Lewis.